The players are going to need lots of fluid on board to keep themselves fresh. Joining me in the commentary box for this match is Tony Gregg. And you were out there earlier on. Greggy, how does the pitch look?
Well, thanks, Jonathan. The pitch will be very fast with plenty of bounce, so the fast bowlers and wrist spinners should particularly enjoy bowling on it. There's also plenty of runs out there if the batsmen can get themselves accustomed to the pace. I would certainly fancy steaming in on this pitch, as it should be pretty lively.
I can see the captains are waiting to toss the coin, so let's get down there and see what happens. Looks like they'll be coming out to bat then. It'll be interesting to see if that was the right decision as the match wears on. There's a really good crowd in the ground today, and they'll be anticipating a great cricketing contest between these two sides. The players are on the pitch already, so play will soon be underway. The fast bowler with the first over there. That's going to come back for a second. That really was very wide.
Beautiful stroke.
He found the gap with precision.
Oh, super shot. That was 4 runs as soon as he hit it.
It was in the air, but pretty safe. The ball just runs. There's a fielder underneath it. And from another angle. The new man in can't afford any lapses in concentration here. That's another dot. They're having a shout. The umpire isn't sure, so he's requesting the third umpire. Let's have a look at that from another angle.
They're tough ones for the umpire. We get to see it in slow motion or with Hawkeye over and over, but in the middle, they only get one shot at it at full speed.
There's the red light. He's out. That was a sharp. Batsman coming back for a second. He sent. Big shout. That's out.
I think he realised halfway down that he wasn't going to make it.
Let's take another look at that in replay. Real concentration required from the new batsman here.
No ball.
He's certainly not hanging around. Great timing. He's got hold of that.
Wonderful shot. He's hit that way into the middle of next week.
The fielder hardly had a chance to move.
Well, I reckon that's demoralising for the bowler, but he needs to bounce back quickly.
That was a very confident shot.
Well, that's wonderfully timed.
He plays that shot really well and it brings in a lot of runs. better throw would definitely have asked questions of the batsman.
What a superb shot.
The crowd are giving him a warm round of applause.
He's batted really well out there. It's been a really good knock.
Let's have a look at that again. Beautifully played.
He's batted really well out there. It's been a really good knock.
That brings up his 50. Let's look at that again.
At this stage of the match, on this wicket, the spinners should be doing most of the bowling.
High ball.
Big shout. The umpire isn't having any of it.
Lovely shot, right out of the middle.
The bowler looks most unimpressed here.
Oh, what can I say? He looks in top form today. And a cracking shot that one. He looks in fantastic form.
That's 20 in boundaries now for this batsman.
Beautifully bowled, beaten all ends up. No ball.
One more to sundries. Good shot down the ground.
That was a cracking shot. He really got into position beautifully there.
They'll have to be quick here. Beautifully played. That's gone way into the stand. 6 runs.
The bowler might just have to put a little extra into his next delivery.
Well, he's playing to the crowd now. This could be close. Another over gone. Really quick scoring here. Let's have a look at the action replay. Great stroke play.
That's a huge 6. Just listen to the crowd.
Wonderful shot. He really punished the bowler there.
He hit that with great power.
They'll have to be quick here. And he's got away with it.
High ball.
He certainly tested the keeper out with that one.
That's beautifully played. The ball coming right out of the middle.
Well, if you want to show the kids the perfect way to play that shot, there's a fun shot.
The crowd enjoyed that shot. And another four.
Great shot. That'll give him some confidence.
That was a confident shot.
Very expensive over indeed. Quality timing now. Pure time. Glorious shot.
Oh, lovely timing. He played that beautifully.
The fielder hardly had a chance to move. That was four the moment it left the bat.
That was a fine shot for four.
That was a really classy shot.
High ball.
One more to the extras. Beautiful stroke.
The fielding captain will be a little concerned by that.
He's gone for it, and he gets six. That was a confident shot. The ball just runs out into the covers. This could be a crucial partnership for this team.
He's not hanging around, is he? He got to that landmark in double quick time.
Exquisite shot. Launched for another six.
Oh, lovely time. He played that beautifully.
That was sheer brute force.
In terms of his length. And I can tell you that it's exactly 9 foot from the popping crease. That's the batting crease. Now that's his length. If he gets it in that length, it's almost just out of reach of the batsman, so it's a difficult one to handle. Then he gets it in the right line, and of course if it's a left-hander, it's just outside the off stump. If it's a right-hander, it's quite straight. What you need to do as a bowler is to know what the right length is, and that...
Got him! Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out.
The captain would have enjoyed that knock.
And from another angle. New batsman in, and absolute concentration required now. No run taken off that ball. Batsmen are looking for two. So 3 runs from that over, and the bowling still in control at the moment. He's gone as well. Let's take a look at that from another angle. Absolute concentration. Well, that's a cracking shot. Beautifully timed. That's a great moment for him. The crowd are standing and applauding.
I don't think defence is in his vocabulary. It's been a thunderous innings.
Let's have a look at that from another angle. Another single off the total. To 8 from the over, that's brought the crowd to their feet. He sends him back. There's trouble here. Can they run him out? Let's have a look at the action replay. He's got him. Let's take another look at that in replay. from another angle. They're right into the tail now. He's put it down. Dear me, you really can't afford to put down chances like this.
That was beautifully put away for 4.
No scratching round for singles here. Off the mark with a glorious bang. That clattered into the hoardings. He's gone as well. Yet again, the batsman fails to follow the ball, and he's out.
That's a sloppy shot. He didn't get over it at all.
Let's look at that again. The tail's exposed now. Well, he's really riding his luck out there today. What a beautiful stroke. Pure time. Glorious shot.
Well, if you want to show the kids the perfect way to play that shot, there's a fine example.
That's a good shout. Gone. Now that wraps it up now.
Brilliant fielding. That sort of thing can change the course of a match.
Let's have a look at that from another angle. Absolute concentration required from new man in. No run there, but we can't get it away. Another over gone. The slow bowler will bowl the last of his allotted overs then. Batsman coming back for a second. Another 2 runs. More. Let's take a look at that from another angle. Beautiful timing.
And a cracking shot, that one he looks in fantastic form.
He picked the length really early there. Batsman coming back for 2. And he's got away with it. They're in
What's the umpire going to say about this one?
Oh dear, that's suicidal.
You can't afford to lose wickets like that in top-class cricket.
Let's have a look at that again. That brings the innings to a close. He's getting a polite round of applause as he makes his way to the pavilion.
These two opening batsmen really need to set the tone at the top of the order. If they lose wickets cheaply early on, it could lead to a collapse.
The fast bowler with the first over then. He's got the edge. No runs off that delivery. Made it over for the bowler. Edge to slip. Great stroke play. He found the gap with precision.
Great shot, that'll give him some confidence.
He just drifted onto leg stump there and got punished. The run rate's climbing now. One more onto the team total. Could he to start a new over?
They're appealing. Not out.
The bowler's very unlucky there. That one was really close. Let's have a look at the action replay. Batsmen are looking for two. The ball just runs out into the covers. Batsman coming back for a second.
No ball.
One more to sundries. Batsmen are looking for two. No balls these days mean the batsman has a free hit. He can only be run out off this ball. That's nicely played. That is a textbook shot.
That was a brutal shot.
Well, he's playing to the crowd now. Batsman coming back for a second. Out. Let's have a look at that from another angle. So, new batsman at the crease. Top quality shot. He really struck that beautifully.
Well, that's simply bread and butter batting.
He hit that with great power. Oh, great shot. That'll be 4 more.
He bit the spot well there.
He hit that with great power. Hit the gap beautifully. 4 runs.
Oh, super shot. That was 4 runs as soon as he hit it.
He was onto that in a flash. Beautifully played. His timing's perfect today.
Oh, what can I say? He looks in top form today.
That was a confident shot. And the end of the over. To many fans of the sport, reverse swing seems to be a fairly recent addition to the fast bowler's armoury. Was reverse swing a component of fast bowling when you were playing too?
Reverse swing, while very controversial at the moment, has been around for a long time. I actually can remember getting the ball to reverse swing when I was a little boy at school. It wasn't anything to do with the way I handled the ball. It was, in fact, the ball had got old and was lying in the box. You picked up one of these balls that was unbalanced. It's not a question of which side is shining. After all, a new cricket ball swings more than anything else. So it's a question really of which side of the ball has the most drag. And that's got to do with how the air tumbles over one side or the other. There's an art to it, there's no doubt about that. Some of the players from Pakistan, for example, have worked harder on reverse swing than anyone else in the world because they've got very, very dry and very flat wickets. Suit batsmen will, so bowlers have had to work harder for their wickets.
They want 3. Well, that's wonderfully timed.
That was beautifully put away for 4.
He looks in fine form. He used the pace of the outfield perfectly.
No ball.
1 more to sundries. So a free hit, he could only be run out. Great timing on the shot. He watched that onto the back perfectly.
Well, that's a wonderful shot. He looks in great shape out there.
Batsman coming back for 2.
That's a good shout. They're appealing.
The umpire turns that one down, but it must have been close. Let's take a look at that from another angle. I wonder what Hawkeye made of that.
Edged. And there's a fielder underneath it.
Let's have a look at the action replay.
Edged.
Batsmen are coming back for 2. The batsmen changed their minds. coming back for a second.
What's the umpire going to say about this one?
That was really tight, so the umpire's calling for the TV replay. Let's take a look at that from another angle.
They're tough ones for the umpire. We get to see it in slow motion or with Hawkeye over and over, but in the middle, they only get one shot at it at full speed.
He's hit that very hard. That's raced away to the fence.
And a cracking shot, that one. He looks in fantastic form.
Batsmen are looking for two. Really quick scoring here. How important is it for a team to have an all-rounder these days, Tony?
Well, I might be a little bit biased, but I think that all-rounders have always been a vital part of the makeup of any team. The more of them you can have, the more batting depth you have, the more bowling depth.
Edged. Batsman coming back for a second.
No ball.
He's having some problems with his run-up out there. No balls these days mean the batsman has a free hit. He can only be run out off this ball. He's got the edge. Batsmen are coming back for two.
Confident appeal.
That could be out. It is.
That was a terrible call. He didn't have a hope of making it.
And from another angle.
Kolkata, well, what can I say? Probably the most exciting cricket ground in the world. Takes 100,000 people, and very often you get 100,000 people there. And there is just nothing like it. When you go to the ground in Kolkata, you feel as a cricketer as if you're in the entertainment business. The folk of Kolkata love cricket. They, interestingly enough, haven't produced that many great test cricketers, but the truth of the matter is they do love it with a passion, and they've built an appropriate stadium, the biggest in the country.
Another single. Batsmen are looking for two. Confident appeal. The umpire's calling for the third umpire. Let's have a look at that again.
They're tough ones for the umpire. We get to see it in slow motion or with Hawkeye over and over. But
there's the signal. He's safe. That's 5 off the over. Well, that's a superb shot. And another 4.
Well, if you want to show the kids the perfect way to play that shot, there's a fine example.
He's certainly given that some stick. 6 runs.
The bowler will definitely be up for some. he certainly wasn't out in the middle for very long.
Let's have a look at that from another angle. Plenty of pressure on the new batsman. Yet again, the batsman for the ball. He's out.
It's fairly straightforward, but you still need it.
Let's have a look at that again. I'm sure the new batsman will look to play himself in. Edged. Having played for England and lived in Australia, so briefly, how would you describe the differences in the approach to cricket between the two countries?
At the end of the day, cricket is cricket, but there is no doubt that the approach in England is different to that which is adopted.
The tail is exposed on that switch.
Well, he wasn't out in the middle for very long.
Let's have a look at the action replay. New batsman in.
Great shot, that'll give him some confidence.
Well, he's played to the crowd now. That's 5 off the over. That's gone high in the air. Batsman coming back for a second. Yeah, the batsman fails to follow the ball and he's out.
It was a bad shot. He really seemed to lose concentration there.
Let's have a look at that again. So, new batsman exits. The batsman's all over the place with that one. Batsmen are looking for two. Appealing. Let's look at that again. Let's take a look at Hawkeye. Edge to slip. No run there.
Right into it, he's on the attack.
He comes onto that in a flash. Edge. Just imagine what's going through the bowler's head right now, as he won't be a happy man. There's no about it, but it's edged away for 4. Big appeal. Lovely shot.
Smashing shot, really magnificent. I'd pay money just to come and see that again.
He hit that with great power. Let's take a look at that from another angle.
No ball.
Another no ball, another free hit. Let's have a look at that from another angle. It's crazy to bowl no balls with this new rule about the free hit.
No ball.
No ball. Batsman coming back for a second. Let's take a look at that from another angle. Another 2 added. Nice shot.
Well, he was a bit fortunate there. He was a bit uppish, but luckily not to a fielder.
Well, he's playing to the crowd now. It's all over. That's the end of the match, and the better team won today.